أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. دستور يا سيدي مدد مدد يا حضرة الأستاذ، مدد يا سلطان الأولياء، مدد يا خاتم الأولياء، يا أهل شيخ عبد الله الدوستاني شيخ ناظم الحقان الله وسلم. From the ocean of Sahib Uzzam, from the ocean of seed of Awliya Mawlana Shaykh Abdullah Dawson, from the ocean of Sultan of Awliya Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. I know nothing. I am totally ignorant. Allah knows everything. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my Lord, sealed of Awliya and Sultan of Awliya and Imam Sahib, they know everything. I am only ordinary dervish, what coming from their station. I am translating, listening as you are listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Maghfiratu wa du'aruh. O beloved, to Allah Almighty and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to awliyaullah, all the children of Adam alayhi salam, Allah honoring them and beloved to Allah Almighty. If Allah doesn't love them, He will not create us. Allah, He loves all children of Adam alayhi salam. Don't say this is a Muslim, this is a non-Muslim, this is a believer, non-believer, this is a Christian, not Christian, this is Jews, not Jews. Don't say this is a Buddhist, not Buddhist. Don't say children of Adam alayhi salam. Allah Almighty, He loved them. For this He created them and He honored them. Allah didn't look at their coloring in this life, but Allah Almighty already He took from them when they used to be manifestation and lights and dressed by the soul, all of them submitting themselves and announcing Iman, faith to Allah Almighty, telling Him, you are our Lord, our God, our Creator, and we are your weakest servants. Already they announced their Islam, submitting themselves to Allah Almighty. Then when they came to this life, when Shaykh said, they colored themselves by different colors, and all these colors, it is done by them, by a created one, by a creating ones. It is not from the Creator. These to be this in this religion, this in that religion, this in this, like this, believer and unbeliever, all it is done by themselves. But the jewels which Allah Almighty created it and honored it, the essence of children of Adam alayhi salam, is a godly created by the Creator, and Allah Almighty is protecting and giving so full authority and power to sealed of prophets and to all prophets and to all saints and sealed of saints to protect these jewels, not to be harmed by the coloring of the people each other or by Satan to trap them. It is only in this period of life, in this station of this world, and it will be ended by death, and they will be worried. If they don't color themselves and still keeping the coloring and how Allah Almighty created them and honored them, these jewels, keeping it and protecting it, they have no death then. No death for them. They will be dressed by eternal life, by divine lila, forever they will still living. No death for them. The death because they are coloring themselves, Allah to finish this coloring and this badness which they brought it to themselves. Not from Allah Almighty, but from Satan, from devil, from their egos. And for this Allah Almighty sentenced them to death. To be cleaned in this hole, in this grave, cleaning their body, returning it to be dust, to be cleaned by the sand, and then when they be survived again in day of judgment, they will come with a clean body. The jewels which Allah created, the essence of children of Adam, which Allah honored. And for this Allah Almighty, how much the one in all states of Him, how much He will approach toward God, toward Allah Almighty, toward prophets, toward sealed of prophets, toward saints, how much he will approach. If he is approached crawling, they will be coming toward him walking, and he's approaching to them walking, they will be coming to him running toward him to welcome him. Allah Almighty in every minute welcoming, sealed of prophet welcoming all saints and sealed of saints, welcoming everyone who want to be a spiritual one, who want to be in the way of heavenly stations. And this way is so easy, to be only obeying God and disobeying Satan, devils, and your egoistic work. Disobey yourself and obey whom created you. You will reach like lightning to him. You will, because all children of Adam alayhi salam are a chosen one, and Allah loving them, and Allah running after them. He wants them back to come to Him, to be sheltering themselves to Him. And for this, the one who shelter himself to a saint, to sealed of saints, to sultan of saints, to sealed of prophets, to prophets, they will make him to be sheltered to the Lord, to the Creator, to God, and he will be in a good cave, protected by God, by Allah Almighty. And for this, how much you run away from God, how much Allah Almighty at the end He will catch you, bring you back. And for this He make death to bring you back forcefully, because He loves you. And sometimes loving the one and hugging him too much, like a mother to her baby, it will be hurting and the baby will be crying. And like this, when Allah Almighty is hugging a one, the one will be feeling hurt and he will cry. And for this the death make the one to cry. But if the one obligatory, when she said he is running after Lord, after Creator, running toward the Creator, toward sealed of prophet, toward prophets, toward all saints, he will not feel with any pain, with any harm. He will be well protected from by all means. And sealed of prophet, when she said once he want to teach his companion about this matter, how to disobey themselves and to obey sealed of prophet, to obey their Lord, the Creator, so that they can be reaching to their spirituality, to their reality, and to be ascending in these ways of heavens. So he was in like a picnic every morning after sunrise, and they were going toward the mountain of Uhud to visit the Shaheed of Uhud, and the sun reflecting their shadows in front of them because the sun behind them. Sealed of Prophet, he told them, who can catch the head of his shadow? I will dress him by a high rank. I make him to be from now ascending to the divine presence of Allah Almighty. And it is an order, catch the head of your shadow. And so even the Sahaba, they knew they cannot do it. Anyone can catch the head of his shadow, but they fulfilled the order of sealed of Prophet, and they were running toward the head of their shadow to catch it. How much running, how much the shadow is running in front of them, how much the shadow in front of them, until they were so far away from sealed of Prophet. Then he told them, stop, you are not going to do it. Come toward me. When they come toward him, then the sun reflecting, making the shadow to be from behind, of back of them. And then they were coming, facing sealed of prophet, facing Allah Almighty, their creator, through sealed of prophet, coming toward him. He told them when they going to reach to him, look behind you. And they saw that their shadows running after them. He told them like this life. If you follow this life and you obey yourself, it will be running in front of you. And if you left it and you run after, toward facing Allah Almighty, prophets, sealed of prophet, saints, sealed of saints, then this world, this life will be following you, will be serving you, because Allah Almighty is swearing on this world, on this life of the one of us. Don't serve anyone who is serving you. Don't give him anything from you. As the Sahaba, the companion, were not able to cut the head of their shadows. And anyone serving me and facing me and running toward me, you are obliged to give him everything from you. All the mercies and the blessing of the earth, of the world, of the life, of prosperity, of happiness, you will dress him and give him without asking from him, because he is devoting himself to come toward me and to be invited to me. And this story, it is full with wisdom to know that how much you will follow yourself and this world and prosperity and famosity, you will not going to get anything except going to get death and fight inside your chest between your soul and your ego, fighting until even you have billions and billions of money and still inside you is a war. While the one who facing his Lord, facing prophets, sealed of prophets, saints, taking a saints, a guidance for him. How about sealed of saints, sultan of saints, and following them and facing them, toward them, he is all the time facing them. Then all this life, this materialistic life, will be serving him. And Allah Almighty will announce, oh my angel Jibreel alayhi salam, announce that God, he loves this servant, loves him. And he will announce in heavens and earths that Allah Almighty loves this servant, loves him. And then all creations without feeling, they will be attracted to that one and loving him. And all this life will be serving him. And Satan and devils and egos, they will be screaming that they lost this one from their hand. Now he is in the hand of God, of Allah Almighty. How much you worship, how much you practice, how much you do whatever you do, never you will reach to Lord, to God. If you obey your ego, if you obey yourself, if you obey your desires, even you are worshipping, you will not get any benefit. Because then the worshipping not going to God. You are making duality with God. You are worshipping your thoughts, you are worshipping your egos, your desires. No more worshipping God. Especially when you enter into focusing and meditation, thoughts will go and come, and you try your best to control these thoughts not to come. And all this concentration, observation, all this will go to the source, no more to God, to Creator. Then let them benefit you, these thoughts. Let them benefit you, these whom you are worshipping beside your God. This partnership you are making with God, let them benefit you. Go to their kingdom. Is there any kingdom other than the kingdom of our Creator, of our God? If there is, go there and make whatever you want. But you are living in the kingdom of the Allah Almighty, of God, of Creator, and you will leave Him to follow Satan, devils, yourself, and then you will see, you say, I am a saint, I am a sheikh, I am a scholar, I am a alim. You are a alim of waste, of rubbish, or whatever you have, certificates and degrees, useless, never will be benefiting you when you die. Only will benefit you when you die. How much you were well connected with your God, with your Creator. How much you were facing Him and toward Him, obeying Him, and sealed of prophet, and all prophets, and all saints. This will benefiting you. And for this Allah saying, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu attaqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. O mu'mins, O believers, be always aware from Allah Almighty that He is watching you, seeing you, present with you. And keep the borders of God. Don't cross for the forbiddens, for your desires, for your egoistic body, for your satanic body. And take a true one to be a saint, guiding you in these heavenly ways to reach to the divinely heavenly station. Without a guidance, no one can reach. Without a saint guiding you in these high level stations, heavenly ways, you cannot. Even you want to go from one country to another country, you need to be in a car or in a plane, and must be a driver, a pilot, who knows the way to make you to reach. Even if you are walking, or in a camel, or donkeys, before in the old time, they used to have a one to guide them in these ways of jungles or deserts to reach the other country. You cannot by yourself, you will be lost. And the same, how about heavenly station? How about spirituality? How about to fly in the heavenly kingdom of Allah Almighty? You need one to guide you. And if you don't have a one to guide you, then you will be lost also. You cannot say Allah will guide me. If Allah will guide you, why Allah Almighty sending prophets? Why Allah Almighty sending Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam? Why Allah Almighty sending sealed of prophet Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam? Why Allah Almighty keeping saints till day of judgment, awliyaullah? No need for all of them. Allah will directly open the heavens and He will talk to His people and He will guide them. But it's not this Creator can descend to level of His creation. You see, once a king descend to the level of his people, the people respect him and sometimes not able to see him, but they are obliged to respect him because he is the Sultan, he is the king. How about the Creator? And if you want to meet a Sultan or a king or a minister or a prime minister or a president, how much you need to have appointments and from to another to go, so that they then from one bodyguard to another bodyguard to another one keeper on the doors until to have the appointment, and you will be well dressed and in full respect to be meeting this Sultan, this king, this president, this minister. How about the Creator? How about God, the Lord? And for this, in day of judgment, if you didn't reach it now in this life, you will see God, Creator, over all these, whatever you were imagining. And you will be so ashamed from Him that what you did in the past life, from badness and following your desires, even you are praying and worshipping, but you are following your desires inside the praying, inside the worshipping, inside the meditation, inside the focusing or observation. Never you are totally 100% insincerity and facing Lord and the Creator. And you'll be so ashamed that you will hide yourself not to be seen from the Lord, from Creator in the day of judgment. وعنت الوجوه للحي القيوم, Allah saying, all the heads will be like this in the divine presence of Allah Almighty, all looking down. No one dare to look at the face of Allah Almighty, ashamed from himself. And for this Allah Almighty say that all my prophets and saints, they did their best to bring people toward me. Even they teach them all kind of worshipping and guiding them to be in the ways of heavens. But all of them, they failed these people to practice what they were taught by their prophets and sealed of prophet and saints, because they were running behind their thoughts and desires and angerness and enmity and backbiting and insulting and satanic word in them, instead to be following the godly word in them, to be following their soul, to be following these saints whom guiding them to sealed of prophet to prophets. And for this Allah saying, فَخَلَفَ مِن بَعْدِهِمْ خَلْفٌ أَضَاعُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَاتَّبَعُوا الشَّهَوَاتِ. Coming after all the prophets, sealed of prophets and saints and all saints till the day of judgment, they meet them, then they will be only missing worshipping and their prayers. Even they are worshipping and praying, but missing them, because by thoughts and following their desires, instead to make sujood or ruku' or to be meditating and focusing on God, they will make a duality to God by their thoughts and by their egos and by themselves and by their satanic word in them. Why they missed the way? Why they missed to be spiritual one? Why they missed to be ascending in the ways of heavens to reach to divine the presence of Allah Almighty? Because they follow their desires and sexual desires, and they follow Satan and the satanic word and their egos and what decorated by their mind to them, and they were trapped in the hand of shaitan, of Satan, and for that they missed the way. And they think they are doing well, and everything. They are doing very bad, because they are going to be punished before the day of judgment. Allah will be punishing them in this life by sickness, by headache, by all means of viruses, by all means of suffering, burdens. Even the rich will be punished by their money, by their richness, by their wealth. They will be punished, and all their inheritance will be punished by their money, by their wealth. And the poor will be punished by sickness, by burdens, cannot afford to pay to medicate themselves, because they are not depending on Allah Almighty. They were making duality with Allah Almighty, with God. They were following themselves, their ego. Someone, they say, I don't want to go to doctors. I say, I am depending on Allah Almighty. Allah, God is saying in the Holy Quran and the Holy books, medicate yourself. Don't say you are depending on me. As I created sickness, I created medication and the cureness for it to be healed. But you are a liar, in which you want to pay money, you are stingy, you don't want to pay money, you say, I'm depending on Allah Almighty. And when there is no paying, then no more depending on Allah Almighty. This is the behavior and the bad behavior of every one of us. And then we will say we are saints, or we are real followers to saints. We are really real followers to our Satan, to our ego, to our desires, to famosity, prosperity, to collect money as much as we can. Then all at a sudden the angel of death will come and you will leave everything. And you will be buried. No more you have spirituality, no more reality, no more heavenly station, neither the earthly or the physical materialistic life you are going to benefit from it. What will benefit you in this grave? Zulqarnain, the one who was the emperor for all the earth in his time. When he want to die, time of him, he told all his ministers, when you put me in the box, the funeral, all the creation is going to follow my box. Make my hand to be out of the box, so that everyone to know that this emperor, this Dhul-Qarnayn, the two wings, who conquered all the earth, he is going to God, to his creator, empty-handed, taking nothing from this life, except his good deed or bad deed. If you have good deeds, Allah will reward you by goodness. Allah saying, goodness, be rewarded by goodness. Badness will be rewarded by badness. Like this, Allah Almighty rewarding goodness with goodness, badness by badness. Be careful. I am Maulana Grand Sheikh, Sealed of Awliya, Sultan of Awliya, waking me up, and I am listening as you are listening, to wake up, not to be ones worshipping, and our worshipping not to God, but to the duality with God, to the thoughts, to Satan. Because just entering into prayer or meditation or worshipping, he will press the buttons of the recorder or the video clip and bring to you all what going on in your life. He will make you to remember anything, your business, your wife, your home, or the woman, her husband, that, until you finish the meditation or the worshipping, you will wake up. I don't remember what I was doing, because you were headless. You were headless from Lord, from Creator, and you were following your ego, your satanic word. Then you will be repenting, and some never repenting, some never meditating, some never worshiping or praying. They don't care. Especially the new generation, spending all their life, boyfriend, girlfriend, coffee houses, nightclub, dancing, jumping, as if there is no Lord or Creator created them. And their father and mother encouraging them, do badly as much as you can. Enjoy your life. It is your time now to enjoy your life, until they will be old. They put them in the nursery houses. Then they will die. And you see their funeral, how they throw them in this hole. What the hole? Finish. You are in a darkened hole. It is a hole of hell for you, full with snakes, scorpion, with dragons. Not from outside coming. The hole is clean. But this what animals which you brought with you, Grand Sheikh said, during your life, which you grow inside you, all this bad behavior, they will be looking like snakes, like scorpions, like swine, like all kind of wild animals, like dragon, and they will come and eat your body, finishing you, then finishing your bones, until you will be totally dust. Then they will eat each other until they will be dust all over. Once upon a time, there was a villager, and he used to say, oh, I want to meet Sayyidina al-Khudr alayhi salam. I want to meet Sayyidina al-Khudr alayhi salam. He used to be one who has a small shop for buying, selling sweets. And so after a while, insisting on Allah Almighty, asking, Allah sending Sayyidina al-Khudr to him. He told him, what do you want from Khudr? He told him, I want him so that I will make all my villagers, all my neighbors, all the people of my village to be rich, no more to be in this poverty. He told them the one who is Khidr alayhi salam, who will tell this minaret of this mosque in front of him or the church to be coming down like this, it will be declining. Then he will tell her, go up, it will goes up. And the minaret was going down and up, and he didn't notice that this is the Khidr alayhi salam, and he left him. And he was, everyone coming to his shop asking, do like this, never. After also years and years of asking and begging Allah Almighty to send him Khidr, he sent Sayyidina al-Khidr alayhi salam. And Sayyidina al-Khidr alayhi salam, he came, he told them, the one whose shadow in the sun is green, he is the Khidr alayhi salam. So he told them, your shadow is green, you are the Khidr. Yes, I am the Khidr, what do you want? He told them, I want so wealth, golds and gold's coin, to give all my neighbors, all this village, no more poverty, or to be very rich and worshipping Allah Almighty, instead to be running after their risk. He said, okay, come with me. He took him outside the city, the town or the village, and he brought for him a big trolley full with golden coin, like a hill. He told them, take and go and distribute, but take my turban and put it on your head. And Sayyidina al-Khidr put his turban on the head of this villager, and he told, go inside the village and distribute this gold. Make them to be wealthy or to be rich. So this villager, he was pushing this trolley full with golden coin like hell, so making effort to pull it, and pulling it, entering to the village. Oh villagers, oh neighbors, oh people of my town, come, be rich, have a wealth for all of you, coming from Allah Almighty. But he saw that all the houses, all the shops, all the residence of the people, no more people, only snakes climbing, scorpions entering doors, coming from out of the windows, snakes rushing onto the neighbor house to make bad sexual desire with the wife of this neighbor, people making all, no people, only dragons, snakes, scorpions, wild animals. No one man he found to give him one coin, until he was more hours and hours running all over the city, the town, the village, until he found one who used a man sitting in his shop who repair shoes. And he was repairing shoes. He told them, no need to repair anymore. I will give you gold. I didn't find anyone to give except animals, but I found you a man, so I will give you. He told them, oh, my son, return this gold to Khidr alayhi salam. He was the Qutub, he was the Pole, he was a saint. He told them, we are behind to face God, our Lord, always facing Him, not behind money or wealth. Money and wealth is under our feet. We don't care for them. Go, return this gold to Him, and don't try again to ask such question from Allah Almighty. Then he went back to Sayyidina al-Khidr, waiting for him outside the town, the village. He told them, this is the trolley full with golden coin, and this is your turban. I didn't find anyone to give, only animals. This, our bad behaviors and manners, we are growing in us and will come to us in the grave to eat us. Be careful. One, there was a woman, a mother, and her child, son, but he likes too much to raise up snakes. He liked to play with snakes. And they saw a shop selling all these kind of snakes and birds and like this, small snakes. She told them how much. He told her for a huge amount of money, because it is not a poisonous snake. She told her son, I don't have effort to buy for you the snake. But no need for the snake to you, because you don't pray, you don't worship, you don't do any practicing. You are going to have plenty of snakes in your grave. You will play with them. May Allah forgive us and mercy us. إلى شرف النبي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وصحبه حضرة أستاذنا وأستاذ الصديقين الفاتحة. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah will be benefiting us and benefiting all of you. This to me much more than to all of you. You are very good people, but I am the worst. For this Maulana and Grand Sheikh is advising me for myself. Only you can listen what we can do, benefiting from it, let us do. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Goodbye.